Let's bring in Doug Collins, who is the host of the Doug Collins podcast and former Georgia congressman. Doug, what do you think about this move by the Maine Secretary of State to remove Donald Trump from the ballot?
Well, it just continues to be more and more amazing. And good morning to you, Carly and Todd. It's good to be with y'all. Look, this was, again, it just shows that all the discussion of this past year, the one thing that keeps coming to my mind is they have accused the Republicans of voter, keeping people from elections, trying to disenfranchise people. And what the Democrats have clearly shown in this election is they're the ones that they're attacking democracy. Here is a appointed Secretary of State who it took 3 petitions from people in the state of Maine and then decided upon herself that Donald Trump committed insurrection as opposed as found in the 3rd section of the 14th Amendment. Without reading, by the way, it doesn't seem like the first part section of the 14th Amendment, which talks about due process, which talks about, the things that we understand in this country that makes America great. This is, frankly, though, at the end of the day, people are seeing more and more, and I've said this before, I'll say it again. Donald Trump does not need to say they're after me. All he has to do is say, read the headlines.
Yeah, even CNN's chief legal analyst criticized this decision based upon the law. Listen.
Clearly, Section 3 of the 14th Amendment says, engage in insurrection, you're out. We all have that. The complicated part, and where we are going to see this play out in the courts, is who gets to decide and by what process. She based her ruling on a lot of documents, but also YouTube clips, news reports, things that would never pass the bar in normal court. She's not a lawyer, by the way. It's a smartly written decision, clearly consulted with lawyers, but this is an unelected. She's chosen by the state legislature.
I think that analysis gets at the heart of what ultimately the Supreme Court is going to do and how they're going to, let's say, sidestep the main issue. They can make this argument there at the Supreme Court when they ultimately write their decision that this individual does not have the right to decide for millions upon millions of people. But, Doug, I think it goes a step further. Has Donald J. Trump been convicted of an insurrection anywhere? The answer to that is no, and I think that's another way that this fails. What say you, Doug?
Yeah, Todd, I got a better one for you. He's never been charged. Not that he's never been convicted. He's never been charged with insurrection. I mean, this is, again, it's amazing to see what's going on here. That, his analysis was, was pretty good there. Here's what needs to happen. The Supreme Court needs to decide this fairly quickly to put an end to this. This is a purely partisan decision, a purely political decision. This is someone who's a Democratic elector in 2020 for the Democratic Party from Maine. As I said, she's appointed. This was, again, here's an interesting part. There were 3 complaints to this that actually led to this hearing that she supposedly had. 2 of them were based on the insurrection clause. One was saying that Donald Trump shouldn't be president because he said he won 2020, so he'd already used up his 2 terms. That shows you how much weight we should really put on what's happening here. This is just, again, but as it looks at to the American people, I just go back to this. When you're looking at people and how they're going about this, they are so fearful of Donald Trump. They're so deranged at how they just dislike him so much that they're willing to bend all the rules to get a desired result because they're afraid he'll win again. And you know what? They're right.
Well, politically, Doug, it may do the exact opposite because all of the candidates, the Republican presidential candidates, came out with statements supporting Donald Trump once again. Moments after the news broke, Ron DeSantis was already asked about it and came out with a statement defending him. So this, in a way, all of this meant to hurt Donald Trump, ends up becoming publicity that money can't buy.
The whole year has been that for Donald Trump in many ways, and especially when you look at the charges been brought against him. Look, I mean, you just played a clip from the presidential candidate Ramaswamy just a second ago, where he all but admitted that Donald Trump's the nominee. I thought that was an interesting clip. I don't think he actually meant to truly say that, but that's what's happening. Donald Trump is going to be the nominee for the Republican Party, and the other candidates are admitting it. And every time this happens, the Haley campaign, the DeSantis campaign, the Ramaswamy campaign, the Christie campaign, all have to look at this and say, he's not even having to buy ads. They're doing it for him because the American people are tired of seeing this government that is currently in action talking about things and then doing the exact opposite. And they're the ones that are actually trying to keep people from having a choice in the balloting that's going forward.
And if you think he got a lot of free publicity in 23, just wait until 24 when Jack Smith goes after him in every way, shape, or form, and in all likelihood fails because what he's doing is completely beyond the pale. Doug Collins, thanks for joining us in 23, and have a great 24 yourself. We appreciate it.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.